This were our top 10 most critically endangered species in the Philippines. Number 10. The Philippine crocodile is one of two species of crocodiles found in the Philippines, the other is the larger saltwater crocodile. The Philippine crocodile, the species endemic only to the country, became data deficient to critically endangered in 2008 from exploitation and unsustainable fishing methods, such as dynamite fishing. Conservation methods are being taken by the Dutch Filipino Mabuaya Foundation, the Crocodile Conservation Society, and the Zoological Institute of Herpaworld in Mindoro Island. It is strictly prohibited to kill a crocodile in the country, and it is punishable by law. Number 9. The Mindoro bleeding heart is bird native to the Philippines solely found on the island of Mindoro. It is an endangered species. The Mindoro bleeding heart is a type of ground dove. It is threatened by habitat loss, especially for marble extraction. Number 8. The Walden's hornbill, locally called dulungan, also known as the Visayan wrinkled hornbill, rufous-headed hornbill or writhe-billed hornbill, is a critically endangered species of hornbill living in the rainforests on the islands of Negros and Panay in the Philippines. It is closely related to the writhed hornbill but can be recognized by the yellow throat and ocular skin in the male and the blue throat and ocular skin in the female. Its binomial name commemorates the Scottish ornithologist Viscount Walden. This is a critically endangered species. Walden's hornbill reproduce very slowly and thus are unable to survive high hunting pressures coupled with heavy logging of the rainforests. It is presumed extinct on Guimaras and now survives only on Negros and Panay. The total population has been estimated at less than 160, though recent work from the central Panay mountain range suggests 600 to 700 pairs may remain there. No recent figures are available for Negros, where it may be functionally extinct. Number 7. The hawksbill sea turtle is a critically endangered sea turtle belonging to the family Chelonidae. It is the only extant species in the genus Eretmoschles. The species has a worldwide distribution, with Atlantic and Indo-Pacific subspecies. The hawksbill's appearance is similar to that of other marine turtles. In general, it has a flattened body shape, a protective carapace, and flipper-like limbs, adapted for swimming in the open ocean. Easily distinguished from other sea turtles by its sharp curving beak with prominent tomium and the saw-like appearance of its shell margins. Hawksbill shells slightly change colors depending on water temperature. While this turtle lives part of its life in the open ocean, it spends more time in shallow lagoons and coral reefs. The World Conservation Union, primarily as a result of human fishing practices, classifies as critically endangered. Hawksbill shells were the primary source of tortoiseshell material used for decorative purposes. The Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species outlaws the capture and trade of hawksbill sea turtles and products derived from them. Number 6. The red-vented cockatoo, sometimes called the Philippine cockatoo or kalangay, is a critically endangered species of cockatoo that is endemic to the Philippines. It is roughly the size and shape of the Tinimbercarella, but is easily distinguished by the red feathers around the vent. The red-vented cockatoo is a social species which roosts, feeds, and flies in noisy groups, but during the mating season, from March to July, pairs live apart from the flock. They feed on seeds and, to a lesser extent, on fruits, flowers, buds and nectar. The species is very adaptable and even forages on crops, particularly rice, when half-ripe, and corn, hence becoming regarded a pest. This bird is critically endangered. Populations have decreased dramatically due to illegal trapping for the cage bird trade. The high price fetched per bird means that chicks are taken from virtually every accessible nest. Other contributing factors are loss of coastal habitat and persecution as an agricultural pest. Number 5. Sibanrakiella latensis is a species of freshwater turtle endemic to the Philippines. It is classified as critically endangered. It is known as the Philippine forest turtle, the Philippine pond turtle, the Palawan turtle, or the Leyte pond turtle. Despite the latter common name, it does not occur in the island of Leyte but is instead native to the Palawan island group. It is locally known as Bacocco in Cagayan. Philippine forest turtles are readily recognizable by their ginkgo-shaped vertebral scutes and a pale white to yellow line traversing across its head behind the ears. The previous characteristic has earned it the nickname of bowtie turtle. Philippine forest turtles are classified under the subgenus Paninemes. Together with the smiling terrapin, it is one of the two species in the genus Sibanrakiella. Number 4. The Philippine naked-backed fruit bat or Philippine bare-backed fruit bat is a megabat that mostly lives on Negros Island. Two small populations were also found on Cebu Island in the Philippines. Like other bare-backed fruit bats, its wings meet along the midline of their bodies, making it a very agile flyer. It roosted in caves, in areas where little light penetrated the gloom. It was so abundant once that it left piles of guano, which were used by miners as fertilizer. By the mid-1980s, the lowland forest was replaced by sugarcane plantations, and the bat vanished. In 1996, the species was declared extinct by the IUCN, as none had been sighted since 1964, but the bat was rediscovered in 2000. The species now survives in very small numbers. The bat lives in caves and comes out at night to eat fruits from local rainforests. After the forests were cut down to make way for sugar plantations, the bat population dropped drastically, and the few remaining ones are still hunted for their meat. Now the bats reside in the few areas of remaining forest, and if these are cut down, the species is likely to go extinct. The forest where the bats live in Cebu is protected in that it cannot be cut down, but there are no conservation measures on Negros. Number 3. The Visayan warty pig is a critically endangered species in the pig genus. It is known by many names in the region. The Visayan warty pig is endemic to 2 of the Visayan Islands in the central Philippines and is threatened by habitat loss, food shortages, and hunting. These are the leading causes of the Visayan warty pig's status as critically endangered. Due to the small numbers of remaining Visayan warty pigs in the wild, little is known of their behaviors or characteristics outside of captivity. In 2012, the Negros Interior Biodiversity Expedition undertook camera trapping in the northern Negros Natural Park and gained the first photos taken in the wild of the Visayan warty pig. Number 2. The Tamara or Mindoro dwarf buffalo is a small-hoofed mammal belonging to the family Bovidae. It is endemic to the island of Mindoro in the Philippines and is the only endemic Philippine bovine. It is believed, however, to have once also thrived on the larger island of Luzon. The Tamara was originally found all over Mindoro, from sea level up to the mountains, but because of human habitation, hunting, and logging, it is now restricted to only a few remote grassy plains and is now a critically endangered species. Contrary to common belief and past classification, the Tamara is not a subspecies of the local carabao, which is only slightly larger, or the common water buffalo. In contrast to the carabao, it has a number of distinguishing characteristics. It is slightly hairier, has light markings on its face, is not gregarious, and has shorter horns that are somewhat V-shaped. It is the second largest native terrestrial mammal in the country, next only to the carabao. Number 1. The Philippine eagle, also known as the monkey-eating eagle or great Philippine eagle, is an endangered species of eagle of the family Accipitridae, endemic to forests in the Philippines. It has brown and white-colored plumage and a shaggy crest and generally measures 86 to 102 centimeters, 2.82 to 3.35 feet in length, and weighs 4.04 to 8.0 kilograms, 8.9 to 17.6 pounds. It is considered the largest of the extant eagles in the world in terms of length and wing surface, with Steller's sea eagle and the harpy eagle being larger in terms of weight and bulk. Among the rarest and most powerful birds in the world, it has been declared the Philippine national bird. It is critically endangered, mainly due to massive loss of habitat resulting from deforestation in most of its range. Killing a Philippine eagle is punishable under Philippine law up to 12 years in prison and heavy fines. Don't forget to ring the bell for notification, like the video and subscribe.